these coins, you actually can go to the launch pads. There are some of the exchanges that offer launch pads. For example, like on gate.io, you can go on the startup launch pad to get into the early stage. Or you can go to platforms such as Polka Starter and Seedling. Now these are the launch pads used for the token issuance to actually come about and release their tokens to the public for the first time. Now, in order to look into these previous launches of this platform, you actually need to look into the pricing as well. So it's quite common, guys, when the tokens usually generally release, they would go into what I call it a surge in price. It would spike up when it hits the market. And then gradually it would sort of like slow down and become stable later on. In order to screen any coins, any cryptocurrencies in the market, where do you guys go to? Very easy one and a popular one still until today is coinmarketcap.com. If you're new into crypto, this is where you need to go to every day. Okay, on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko is another platform that is also doing the same thing, giving the token or the coins information. And here you can see that. You can go and have a look at the coins and you can check out the volume, the market cap, as well as the information such as circulation supply and the volume and the 24-hour trading volume as well. So this is where I still go to every day. And you know what? When I first started into crypto, my favorite part to go into CoinMarketCap is to go to the biggest losers and the bigger gainers. Why? Everybody buying the coins when the coins are at its peak. Dogecoin, right? Everybody is running and FOMOing it when every time Elon Musk tweets something about Dogecoin. I don't do that. I go to CoinMarketCap. I go to the biggest losers. I will see on that day, out of these top 100 coins, which are the ones that are the biggest losers. And then I buy them. I buy them when they are in negative. Minus 90, minus 80, I have done it before. Again, guys, this is not a financial advice, okay? But that's what I've done and it works for me. But it has to be top 100 coins only. Meaning these coins are already well established to a certain extent. Okay, I don't go and buy Dogecoin when Elon Musk tweets about Dogecoin because it's too late to the party. Who does that? Right? So CoinMarketCap is the first place that you should go and you should check it out. And it's actually free. Now, in order, let's say that there are these new projects coming out. How do we know that, these projects are actually good? What you should be looking out for in order to do what I call your own research. You don't need to go to crypto gurus to actually find out which projects are good, right? You can actually do your own research. And the first step is to look into the team. Who are in that project's team? Now, some projects actually got the team members that are anonymous. What do I mean by that? They create a project or a coin and they're not telling you who's actually created that coin. Now, there are some reasons behind that. Some people say it's decentralized. That's why we need to be mysterious. But as an investor like myself, I would be quite mindful about that. Because if I'm going to put my money into something, I need to know who's behind it, right? Now, some projects, as in some of the developers, as in those people who code, those people that do smart contract, the technical team, some of them actually go anonymous, and there's a reason behind that. Can you imagine, let's say, if I am a developer for, let's say, a project called Dash, I would get harassed by all these crypto brothers everywhere. When's Moon? When Lambo? What's the coins gonna do? So it's quite important for these developers to remain consistent with their development plans. without actually get distracted by all these questions from the community. So there's some sort of benefits behind a team being somewhat anonymous. But ask myself whether if I'm going to be investing in projects that are fully anonymous besides Bitcoin, probably not. Especially right now, there are so many scams out there, guys, so really need to be careful. So when you look into the team members, look into if they have done any crypto projects before, whether they are successful or not. Are they on LinkedIn? If they're on LinkedIn, look at their past experiences, whether they are relevant to what they are doing right now. Because, again, you're putting money into the project. Next, look into the partners. Who are their partners? Very important, guys. And watch out for some projects. There are some projects out there who would say, partner by AWS. Basically, they only are using or buying the web hosting from AWS. And there's no partnership agreement or anything like that in a commercial term with AWS. So don't get scammed by that. Or partnered with Binance or Binance Smart Chain, when all it is that they have created their token using Binance Smart Chain. And there's no Binance Smart Chain partnership agreement or anything existing. So be very careful. Okay, those are red flags. Now look out for some big names. Some of the VC partnerships can be really beneficial for us to actually make our decision to invest. Why? Because if these VCs, the popular VCs or the well-established VCs are putting their money into this project, the chances are the projects are going to likely become successful. But it can also be quite bad as well to have these heavily VC-backed projects. Because remember, guys, all these companies, Binance, Polychain, Arrow Capitals, Pantera, these guys usually get the tokens at the cheapest prices. Okay? Can you imagine if, let's say, 40% of a project's tokens are into these VCs' hands and they get it at a very cheap price? What could possibly happen? They can dump the tokens at any time. So it could be good and bad. But in terms of before you're putting your money into a project, it's always good to have some of these names as the backers or partners for the project. The code. I don't know if any of you guys are technical minded. The coding part is also important. I'm not a developer. I might have some developers, friends that I can ask for help. But as for myself, as an investor, I would just go to their GitHub code and have a look into the profile of the people that are actually involved in the smart contract. I will show you an example of a GitHub of a project called Litecoin. And you will see that there are not many activities happening after 2019. And a lot of you probably know that Litecoin price has gone down as well, and there was a dump in the market. So this is what the GitHub looks like for Litecoin. So as you can see that after 2019, hardly any activities in terms of the development side of things. So this is something that we need to actually check before we invest in any project. And it doesn't matter if you are not technical, you can see the activities and you can actually check on the profiles of these developers as well, of what they are working on in the past. News. Now in any startups, and we are actually investing in startup projects when we put our money into these crypto projects. So not everything is going to be rosy, and there would be something what I call like stuff happens as well. There would be bad news, right? There would be dramas. Now how each project actually reacts to the bad or the negative news is actually more important than the bad news itself. So when bad news come on a project, usually you will see a decline in price. And then when you have some sort of positive news on the opposite, let's say there's a big partnership announcement with, let's say, Christie's or, some sort of well-established organizations in the UAE, that is regarded as good news. And obviously, the coin or the price of that token would rise up as per the news. Now, have you guys ever heard of the word tokenomics? Right? Tokenomics is very important before you actually spend your money on any project, guys. Don't just go with the FOMO. Don't just go with meme coins because it's fun and all the crypto bros are talking about it and shilling it on Twitter. Don't. Trust yourself for once. Like I said before, you don't need to actually listen to the gurus. If you have access to the information of these new projects, you follow what I just said before. Look to the team, look into the code, look into the partners, look into the news. Then you look into the tokenomics, meaning, let's say if we got 1 million coins of Jenny project, how are these tokens being distributed? Say 5% going to the VCs, partners, the investors, 10% going to seed investors, 20% going to the public. Not enough. You also need to look into the timing as what is called the vesting period. If these VCs, whatever capitals, are getting these tokens at the very early stage, at the very cheap price, if they get the tokens 100% of what they bought 6 months ago, very cheap, on the day that that token got listed on exchange, can you imagine the risk of how that token would get dumped? So very important when you look into these tokenomics to make sure that you look into the vesting period of the timing of when these tokens are going to be distributed to these people involved in the project, including partners, including the founders, including the teams, including the advisors, and including anyone else. Now, before I actually finish, using your life savings to invest into the latest and greatest TikTok Ponzi token or Twitter meme coin during a bull market is probably not the best idea, guys. So instead, putting your efforts into understanding the project and do your own crypto research to come up with your own assessment will provide you the high conviction investment opportunities. Basically, what I'm saying is people ask me to shield their projects every day. Then go on to your Facebook. Asian people, they use Facebook a lot still. Go onto your Facebook, you got 50,000 followers. Tell them to go buy this meme coin. We pay you $10,000. I can do that easy. But then I remember that there are some 60 years old friends from my old workplace that actually follow me, right? My uncle also following me. So what if these people come to really believe in me and I back this project because I want a quick 10,000? It's good for me, quick gain. But when you think about it long term, it's not ethical. Okay, so I won't do that. So a lot of people are doing that, guys, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok. I'm not saying that everybody is bad, don't get me wrong, okay? There are some good people out there that are genuine and believe in the projects, but there are a lot of shillers out there, so please be careful. Now, this is not a financial advice. I started off from offering free translation service to projects because I wanted to know how they actually create tokens on smart contract. Then later on, this whole crypto world changed my life. I become Jenny from the blockchain. Thanks to crypto, I got into this marketing agency. I support projects to get users from Asia. I now become an investor and I back a number of projects. Remember, I have got my good and bad experience during these last 6 years. I know and I can distinguish which ones are the shit, excuse my language, which one are the shit coins and which one are the good coins. So I hope that I could use my experience to do due diligence of what I told you guys, but probably more in detail. As in, if people talk to me about token allocations, I want to see their spreadsheets, really how it works, and I do my calculation as well. okay? So I now invest in a number of projects through my own company called To The Moon Lab, and we support good projects. And of course, we want good projects at a very cheap price. And at the same time, we got put into this vesting period so that when we invest, the projects know that, okay, Jenny will not dump their coins. So these are some of the projects that I have got in my portfolio. This is not a financial advice, but why am I showing this to you guys? I want to show you that, again, diversification is key. I don't put all my money in one basket. You can see the first one is called Cherry. Cherry is a layer 1 blockchain infrastructure similar to Polkadot. So it's a highly technology focused project. I put my money in. Why as well? I also want to learn about layer 1 technology of blockchain because that's something that I haven't got an exposure on. Second one is called Emidis. Now Cherry, they're going to go through a launch pad, which is going to be the first initial public offering on Gate.io on the 21st of December. For Emidis, this one is a healthcare in the metaverse platform. They already done their IDO, they raised their money, they're happy. But as an investor, I need to make sure that they are going to be doing stuff that they explain or promise that they are going to do on their white paper. Okay, and I also invest in them, so I need to make sure that they do that. Okay, so Emidis is a utility platform for the medical and also the healthcare professionals. So KB Arena, you guys heard about this whole GameFi, play to earn? Is probably one of the biggest trends right now in crypto. Okay, so this whole GameFi is really hot. And I got my money into KB Arena. They already raised their funds successfully. They are like real gamers. But with KB Arena, what I feel that they could do better is maybe about the user exposure, as in to get more players to come play their games. Right now, they got about 2,000 players. So I need to help them as well to bring more players to their platform because that's how the value is going to be increased through user adoption. Avocado Guild, this is another project that I'm supporting. They already raised their Series A, 18 million, partnered by Binance, Polygon. Okay, so this project, I've got high hope for it. It's GameFi, it's about the guild. What does the guild mean? Guild means a group of all these gamers coming together and play game under one branding called Avocado. So Avocado already raised 18 million successfully, and they're going to do IDO, meaning the general public, like you and I, can buy into it. I think on the 27th of December. They won't have any problem raising money. But for me, it's a great opportunity for me to get involved in such project, and I look into it. They already are backed by all these big names and all these capitals, these VCs as well. The last one, this is Global DeFi. It's a project that has already launched their IDO quite many months ago. It's a DeFi staking platform. So as you can see that, I actually am putting my money into different projects because I don't know how long DeFi hype will be, right? But I think from my own research, I have done my research well enough that it's a good project, that is sustainable. But at the same time, I also jump into this KB Arena and Avocado Guild because I know that GameFi is really hot. And it's, to me, as an investor, is an opportunity for me. Because I can't actually be late to the game. I have to be like the first mover as well. For Cherry, it's more like infrastructure, technology. It's something that haven't been exposed before. And I feel like in any portfolio, as in a good diversified portfolio, you should have a mixture of all these different categories of projects. Okay, again, guys, this is not a financial advice, just to show you an example of what we invest in. We actually have invested more than 100 projects. Some are failures, some are very successful. Some are 100x, Some are also in negative as well. So bear that in mind, okay? Now, any of you that would like to create your own project, a lot of people want me to create my own coin, but I haven't really come up with any good use cases. Some people tell me you can be Jenny Metaverse, you can be this and that, Jenny GameFi, but I won't jump into the hype when I don't actually have any good values, real values to offer to the community. But if any of you guys have got great business ideas or technology ideas, or it could be anything, gaming, or it could be NFTs, if you are into arts or in music. You could be a popular musician and you wanted to do an NFT. You can also do that. And if you need help in terms of creating your own platform, again, I don't get paid for this, but these are the people that I have used myself to share with you guys. So there's a company called TrueMorg that they can help you with creating your own platform, your own blockchains, and etc. Now, for other next events that you actually can find me, I will be coming back to the UAE early next year, and I'm going to go to Global Tech Summit. This is going to be another good event in the UAE. I don't think we have the name of the hotel at this point, but it will be confirmed very soon. So you can check out gulfsalence.com for the upcoming events for crypto and blockchain. Now, in order to get in contact with me, guys, I'm very open-minded. I might not be available to you guys all the time, but what I have is that I'm sincere. And my mission, besides making money, I would tell you that I have made enough money during the last 4 years through this crypto. I quit my job 2017 in Western Australia. Everybody called me crazy because I said I'm going into this Bitcoin. Everybody was like, what's wrong with her head? She has gone crazy. She will be back in 3 months. I never went back. All my crazy friends from Western Australia now messaging me, Jen, I'm so sorry. We just care about you, but how do we get into this crypto? Can you teach me how to trade? Right? So you gotta take risks sometimes. So my point being said, I might not be available much right now due to the popularity of this Jenny from the blockchain, thanks to crypto, or what I would say, alhamdulillah, for the opportunity. But the point beyond this whole money-making things, guys, is how is it that I can help everybody that comes here and feeling a bit lost? Why everybody is making millions, NFT this, NFT that? What about me? I wanted to be the voice to show you that you too can find your own place and actually get into these whole crypto opportunities as well. Don't get scammed and don't get fooled by all these, get rich quick schemes. Do your own research according to what I have just explained. Get networking with a lot of people. Use LinkedIn to your advantage. I have got 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. When I first started, I had 10 connections and I couldn't afford paying for the premium. You have to go premium on LinkedIn to be able to interact better to people. But now I'm a premium member, feeling super special. 30,000 connections. Guess what? Imagine how many business opportunities I receive from LinkedIn platform. So when you use this whole social media, going through these silly reels or TikTok videos for entertainment, that's good. But think about it as well. How could I turn around to my advantage and creating my own brand? How to create your own brand? Basic, very basic, guys. Share what you know. And it has to be valuable. It can't just be, I'm going to a conference today. Anyone wants to come? No, it has to be, I'm going to this conference. I've learned that in order to invest in a good crypto project, I need to look into these 3 or 4 points, which are. And then you share to the community like this, and that's exactly how Crypto Jen or Jenny from the blockchain has started her journey. And again, guys, before I go on this session and finish it off, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. I come from a Thai background from Asia. English is not my first language. I was fortunate enough, lucky enough to have gone to Australia, got my education there, got a job there. But still I was stuck in this rut. I make money, get my salary, I send home to support my family in Thailand. I never thought that I would be able to make a home or really get out of this whole working 9 to 5, whatever your roster would be. But thank God, I don't know, one night I end up coming across this whole Ethereum. Ethereum changed my life completely. And I want you guys to know that you are not late on this train. I was talking to a friend, he's a lawyer, he's in his 50s. He saw his opportunity in blockchain and crypto, and he used his own expertise as a professional lawyer. And guess what he did? He created a TikTok video talking about crypto and the legal side of things, and it became viral. Now he's getting paid to talk about crypto with a legal aspect. So it doesn't matter if you come from the financial background, you're an accountant, you are a dev, you are a tech person, or you are anyone. This is an opportunity for you. And for me, I was working on a mine site in Western Australia for more than 15 years. And I couldn't get myself out of the rat race. Then because I listened to crypto, I took a chance, I took a plunge, and I went for it. And guess what? 4 years, I can retire. This is not a brag session, but more so, if I can do it too, you also can. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, feel free to connect with me as per my contact. Thank you again.